What is up, everyone? And thank you for checking out Don't Say the F Word. We are a pro wrestling and combat sports podcast. We do not use the F word when we talk about professional wrestling. You shouldn't let your friends use it either. It's me, Mark the Monster, and I'm furrier than you, and you know it. This is Sunday. This is our weekend wrestling show. We're going to talk all things WWE, AEW. Big guy, his illegal brother-in-law Joe will be here. We got Cuban Gorilla here, fresh off his first fight. Congratulations, getting the first one out of the way. But we're going to talk who had the better month of September, WWE or AEW. As always, we are brought to you by our friends over at Monsters Are Zero. This Monster's Your Hero, but Monsters Are Zero has some great t-shirt designs, new stuff dropping all the time. Brought to you by Strong Box Apparel. They got some really, really cool powerlifting shirts that the big guy likes. We are absolutely brought to you by Original Gunplug Garage. If you're wondering what all these robots are behind me, they keep creeping up on me, trying to attack me. I don't know what's going on there. We are also brought to you by Prince Nana Coffee. Promo code Don't Say the F Word. You'll save yourself 10% on fresh roasted coffee delivered right to your door. That same promo code Don't Say the F Word will also save you 10% on a pure plank board. That's right, the pure plank board that gave Adam Copeland his six-pack abs that helped bring him back to pro wrestling. You can get yourself one of those. Jacked. Illegal brother-in-law Joe is going to be stepping in here any minute now. Let's get his stuff. Look at that. Joe's here already.
Hey.
I'm proud of you, Joe.
I wouldn't think I'm going to be in this fast. I'm like, let me just get ready.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's a cool Mario shirt.
I know, you got to keep it old school, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Always got to keep it old school.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere there's a Luigi around this desk area in this studio.
Luigi right here. There you go, Luigi.
Little kid.
Yeah.
She do kind of look like Luigi, though.
Nah, we'll make it like Luigi. We're going to turn you to a boy.
No.
Yeah, you're about to get turned into a boy.
No.
A plumber. You're going to be an Italian plumber.
You're going to be a
With a
plumber.
mustache.
3 seconds. Yeah, ready? 3 seconds, about to turn you into a boy and cut that hair. Okay, wait. 3, 1, 2. You better start running, girl. You're going to be turning 3. Okay, hold on.
Hey, that worked.
Yeah, okay. Not temporarily. It worked.
I'm still right here.
Go on.
I said I'm still right here.
Yeah.
Joe, she's still there.
I know she's still here.
Yeah, Joe, she's still there.
She wanted to watch Clifford the Big Red Dog, and now Clifford ain't working.
Clifford's a good show.
Oh, no. No, the new movie.
There's a new movie?
Oh, yeah. Hold up.
Yeah.
Oh, let me say. Okay. I know you ain't up to
Joe
date.
is sponsored by Clifford the Big Red Dog.
You ain't up to date in the world, but let's see here. Okay.
Huh.
Oh, where'd the dog go? Come on. There you go.
There he is.
He ain't big yet, but he'll get big later.
My daughter liked that show whenever she was a kid.
Yeah.
Who knows? She probably still watches it.
Probably still. But yeah, that's Clifford, the new Clifford, the Big Red Dog. They made a movie. What?
It just tastes weird.
It's not weird, girl.
It tastes weird.
It's the unicorn, girl. I can't say nothing about the unicorn.
What unicorn?
Kraft got mac and cheese unicorn, so you know.
What?
Yeah, you know, you got the little cup to go, then pour the water.
What happened to just having noodles? We can't just have noodles?
Not anymore.
Joe, you got Mario. I'm rocking Kirby.
Hey.
People who don't know are going to think this is a retro gaming podcast.
Had nothing to do with y'all.
It's close to me, Mark. What are we doing here, brother?
Yeah.
Way too close. Joe.
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't even know where to even start with things this week.
I can start with things. I'm going to say this.
What you got to say?
For the first time, couldn't decide, so I got 2 number 1 matches for the week.
Wow, 2 matches of the week from Joe.
It was
All
3, but I had to. I'm gonna get a third one, an honorable mention. But yeah.
You were gonna have 3 matches of the week, Joe.
Yeah,
if you have 3 matches of the week, that's almost as many professional wrestling matches as WWE had happened this week.
I know. That's why this week it was a very good week and got my attention. So yeah, so.
All right. Well, I want to kick off with what I titled this episode, and the question that I put out there to the community. And this comes off of this week in WWE. It made me ask this question as we went into Friday, and I seen what the SmackDown preview was. I was not excited for that.
You can't chase me.
Like, nothing stood out to me that was like, oh man, I absolutely gotta see this match. Like, Andrade, Carmelo, man, those 2 are great in the ring together. I hope that's a feud I hope that becomes their career feud. Now, Andrade's been around for a while. Carmelo's on the come up. Carmelo should definitely be the one who comes out on top of this feud. But other than that, and that's a match that was the 6th time we got in that match, correct?
That's their 6th match. Yes.
That was their 6th match.
They're going for that 7. I keep telling y'all, this is the new Benoit Booker T of the 2024.
Nothing else about what was advertised for SmackDown stood out as even being remotely important.
The Bloodline. The women's title match. That was great. That was good. The women's title match. Oh, it wasn't title match. Number 1 contender. My bad. Number 1 contender.
Sure, they couldn't even get Bayley's music right, but sure, we'll call that good. Okay.
That was good, though. I saw that too.
But let me ask you this, Joe. WWE versus AEW, which I hate that. I hate that we are versus. But it's competition. It is what it is.
There's something in there.
Joe, who had the better month of September? Didn't realize my mic wasn't even turned on. Glad you all can still hear me.
Okay. Who had the better?
Built-in mic worked good.
Built-in mic worked good. Okay.
You
I'll say.
Hear me better now? Do I sound better now?
It went up a little notch, but yeah.
Okay, good.
I say AEW had the better month.
I would say AEW had a better month by a huge margin.
I'm just saying that even though the storyline made crappy sense in AEW, the matches were great. The matches were
great. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to some community comments, okay? Boom. So that seems to be like a strange narrative people have when things come to AEW. We'll touch on some of these rumors. Just remember for me to circle back to some of this stuff. Somebody said they only watch AEW, but if Malachi Black leaves, they'll go watch WWE programming if he leaves. I don't see that happening, but hey, maybe. But I doubt it. I truly doubt it.
Hey, man.
Tons of people are shitting on AEW for extending Rey Fenix's contract due to the injury. That's the nature of business. If he didn't want that to happen, he shouldn't have signed the contract. But then he wouldn't have gotten paid while he was hurt. So that's just what it is.
That's what WWE does. Right?
So there was someone said that they weren't feeling the Minoru Suzuki Jack Perry match from last night.
I'm okay with that. I agree.
So I had a feeling you were going to agree with that. And then that proceeded. This person, that was Awesome Barnacle, said that. So shout out to you. But then that got a bunch of replies, people saying that, like, basically, like, he's a nostalgia act, which he is. But then that's all AEW does is throws together just matches, and they don't do any stories. But then you have so many rumors around AEW for the stories that they're telling. Biggest rumor of the month was, is Shane McMahon going to show up? Because they're telling the story with John Moxley. And the John Moxley thing is the story that is currently, this is AEW's cliffhanger of the year. Like, it seemed like this time of year for AEW, there's a what the hell is going on story. Now, last year it was the devil. Last year we had the devil thing going on with MJF, and we're like, we don't know what the hell's going on. And now we have the Mox thing. And the devil thing, people want to say that was a flop. But really, had Adam Cole not gotten hurt, that would have gone into a good feud with MJF, and it would have been a good story.
Yeah, I agree with that. It would if he didn't get hurt. It would have been great. Big
problem that AEW had at the time was us fans. We worked ourselves into a shoot, and we all wanted it to be CM Punk. And it was never going to be CM Punk, because CM Punk went out of his way to intentionally get himself fired from AEW because he wanted to go back to WWE, the company that he shit on, belittled, and drugged through the mud for the better part of a decade, and fans cheered him for it. He desperately wanted to go back, so he intentionally popped off at a press conference, allegedly intentionally, I'll say that so I don't get in trouble. But the press conference, he did that shit to try and get fired, seemingly, in my opinion. To get into a fist fight with Jack Perry was him trying to get fired because he had gone back to WWE and tried to mend fences. He was looking for a job. He wanted to get fired from AEW.
I don't think he wanted to get fired. I think
no one will ever convince me otherwise. That was a man trying to lose his job.
I think
because he had already done the groundwork to secure another one.
I would think it'll just. He wasn't trying to get fired. He was just.
Joe.
I'm trying to say in a good way, y'all. I'm trying to come a good way.
Punk was a contracted AEW employee. He wasn't just an independent contractor. He was a pro wrestler. He was a talent, and he was an employee of AEW. You can't put your hands on someone as an employee, and he damn well knows it. That was on purpose. My opinion. Allegedly. Legal, protected, whatever it is I got to say. Now, circle back to what I was actually saying, is that this is the time of year that AEW has this cliffhanger story going.
Okay.
Go back a couple years, Kenny Omega bolted with Don Callis. We didn't know what he was up to, and he ended up in TNA, and they did that whole thing. Then we had the Devil, and now we have Mox. On top of the Mox story, we have what has been the AEW story from day one. Hangman and Adam Page. Uh-oh.
Hold on. 1 second.
Duty calls.
No. It's for you and her orange friend.
Oh, what we got? Mark, hey, pay attention.
Here you go.
Clifford's big.
She wants you to see Clifford big, y'all.
Clifford's huge.
In the living room, too. There you go, girl. We good now, okay? We good. Okay.
But AEW's been telling the Hangman Adam Page story.
No.
And that story has been going for 5 years.
Hangman Adam Page. Yeah,
it's been the story of AEW. The promotion's built on Hangman Adam Page.
Yeah.
More important than anybody else in the promotion.
Good point there. Yeah.
Right?
All right. Yeah.
So I have to I'll plant my flag in the dirt here against the members of the community who are saying that AEW just books matches. They're telling some long-term stories here, and they're compelling. I give a shit. I wanted to see what was going to happen between Hangman and Jeff Jarrett.
I was disappointed in that match. I was very disappointed.
The match left some stuff to be desired. But I will fault myself on that match leaving some things to be desired because my expectations weren't in line with what I should have thought it was going to be. But we did get Jeff Jarrett dive into the outside. Who's seen that?
That is true. He did, but I was hoping for a little bit more. That belts, maybe not Jay Lethal just hold him down while he's sitting on that chair, like slapping real hard, like maybe 3 or 4 times while he had him held down. But just
Yeah,
one hit.
I thought there was going to be a little bit more brutality to what happened to Hangman from the straps and the lumberjacks. But hey, I will give a shout out to Scott Toner in the community. Said they really wanted to make Hangman be a good heel. Double J wasn't the answer. They should have him hurt Darby or Bryan.
Not Jeff.
I think the Jeff thing worked.
Jeff is like a stepping stone to being a great heel. You got to take out. If you want to say Jeff was a cowboy at one time, y'all. If y'all remember, go back in history. Jeff was a cowboy.
Yeah.
Before he became the singer with the guitar. So you got to take out the original cowboy, the new cowboy. And look at that way. That'd be a great heel for him.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Double J like little side feud going on, I think that worked out well. I don't know who I think is next for Hangman because I don't think we go immediately back to Swerve. I think Swerve is probably going to end up with his hands full, but everything that happened through the month of September for Swerve and Hangman, that's my feud of the month.
Okay, got your back. Okay.
So Swerve and Hangman's my feud of the month, and I think it was better than anything WWE had happening.
Mm-hmm. Swerve and Hangman. I would say, yeah. You can't be. Well, it was like a short 2-week gap for that.
But that story's been going on for a year and a half.
It's been going on for a year and a half. But
he burned his house down.
Burned the house down.
Now, as I mentioned Swerve Strickland, I got to go to Swerve did some rounds, doing a lot of interviews. Didn't come on here. I don't know why. Would have thought he would have. But, hey, he didn't. But he went on the Breakfast Club, and he did some other things.
I watched that. Mm-hmm.
Breakfast Club is what it is. I'll probably reserve my opinion of Charlemagne. No, I won't either. The Charlemagne's a piece of shit. I said that's probably gonna. That may come back to hurt this show in the long run.
Hey, no, it won't. Almost everybody hates on Charlemagne the God, but at the end of the day, he like you. He's doing his job, asking serious questions, asking questions that
Charlemagne is doing his job. I think Charlemagne the God's jealous. I think he's envious of people who are actually talented and in the music industry, and he's not. I've seen Charlemagne interview people, and he acts a lot of pocket because he thinks he can bully people on that show. You go back and you watch his interviews like Post Malone when Posty was coming up, how Charlemagne was real dismissive of Post Malone, the things he said to Post Malone's girlfriend in that interview. Charlemagne's a pile of trash. Like, that's a dude, like, if I met Charlemagne and it was me and Charlemagne and he wasn't surrounded by security, he'd have a bad day. Especially if he got out of pocket with me.
but you gotta realize before anybody goes on that show for the interview, they gotta sign a little contract. They got certain questions and certain things they cannot say. And what he does is he looks at it, reads it, what he can and cannot ask, and he like tweaks it a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, he sat there. He told Post Malone's girlfriend, "You know he's gonna cheat on you and leave you, right?" Like that. What's he doing? Why would you do that to somebody? He's just jealous because Posty is more talented and more famous and has more money at that time. And this was what 6 years ago that interview happened, maybe even longer.
Yeah, that's why I remember it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he did get jumped. Well, yeah, because Charlemagne's a no talent hack, just my opinion. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. I probably shouldn't just keep shitting on Charlemagne, but I think he's trash.
But I can say this: Just listen to the Donkey of the Day. Them are some good ones. I'm just saying that's good. Okay.
Now, anyway, Swerve Strickland was on there. He kept kayfabe alive, talking about Hangman burning the house down, which is nice.
That was good.
Then he ended up talking to someone else, and he kind of let it. Well, we had Mercedes was on there, and she talked about Megan Thee Stallion and that whole deal, where she opened up her mouth about working with Megan Thee Stallion, and WWE signed her to do music. So her working with Mercedes, but then we hear the stories about the Lucha Bros talking about the deal WWE offered them, and then Tony adds the year on to Ray Phoenix's contract. I think we can rest comfortably thinking that he's not going to put Ray Phoenix on TV over the next year. Probably not Penta either, which sucks for me as a fan because I'm a huge fan of the Lucha Bros. Ray Phoenix and Penta are two of my all-time favorites. Getting to meet Penta was super cool for me and Mark. We had a great time hanging out with Penta. I want to see those guys wrestle. So, but then we follow that up with Swerve Strickland may have let the cat out of the bag that AEW is going to Fox.
Going to Fox. Yep.
He said WWE is gone and we're going there. We're going to be on TBS, TNT, and Fox. Not his place to say it. Could have caused the problem. So my question to you is this, Joe. Why can't anyone in AEW keep their mouth shut about anything going on? Mercedes can't. The Lucha Bros can't. Swerve can't. Why can't they keep their mouths shut?
Simple. And okay, let's just break it down. If you was in WWE, like yeah, let's look at this. Yeah, go ahead. We're gonna break it down. So you gotta break it down.
Break it down, Joe. Educate the people. Can't hear you.
Okay, you hear me now?
There we go. Okay. Now we can hear you.
In WWE, you got like strict rules, what you can and cannot say, what you can talk about on interviews and what you cannot say on interviews. If we're in a business meetings, don't talk about, hey, I make X amount more than you. Or like, we're going to be in my home. We can talk about your hometown. We're going to be here next year sometime. But then again, you got to look at it like this. When it comes to business-wise, AEW let you do everything freely. So think of it like this. You in a company right now, you went from a company that had strict rules to a company that says, go ahead, say whatever you want. You just had a business meeting. Go ahead. Tell the world. I want everybody to know what's about to happen in 2 months, 3 months from now. It's okay. I've let things slip out before. You can let things slip out. It's not going to affect us because we still are going to be a running company and we still got the money to do it. So, say what you got to say.
I guess, man. I don't know. But look, it hurt the Lucha Bros. It hurt Mercedes. Maybe. I don't know. I think maybe in her mind it hurt her to come out and say it. I don't know who as far as wrestling fans go, who really could have given even a partial shit of Mercedes working with Megan Thee Stallion and AEW. I don't know what that could have been. That would have been good. Not to shoot myself in the foot or anything. But.
Yeah. Okay.
What are you doing?
Hold on. We gotta make a quick text message real fast. Oh, y'all. Okay. People keep. Here we go. All right. Where we at? There you go.
That's the life of a single dad right there, everybody. Joe got to hold it down for his little girl. But who knows? That single dad status could change in the near future if we get Joe onto Love is Blind. If anyone can find the link for Joe to submit his audition tape, Joe would love to be a contestant on Love is Blind. They are going to be doing some scouting in the Cleveland area. So.
Dad, I'm not getting my hair done.
Okay. You're chill. We ain't getting done yet. All right, chill. All right.
Joe gets selected for Love is Blind. I would imagine the time frame that he's going to be shooting that show, I will have to have a fill-in co-host. So we may have to do an application process for that as well.
Look, I won't. if I get on Love. All right, good. Yeah.
Wait.
Okay, girl. We gotta figure out the text me. There we go. Here we go. Right there. There we go. Right there. You closing out everything, girl. You closing out everything. Okay, there we go. Okay, we good. There we go. Okay. All right. Yeah. If I get on Love is Blind, y'all, I would need somebody to give me some decent clothes, y'all, just for a day. That's all.
I think wardrobe will take care of you. I don't think you got to bring your own clothes.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, there we go.
Well, you'll probably whenever you go out for your audition, you'll probably have to go dressed up for that. But just keep the tags on it and return it. So yeah, again, if anyone has the connections to get Joe set up to submit his audition tape for Love is Blind, we know they're going to be doing casting in the Cleveland area. So Joe's a single dad. Let's get him on that show. Be great for us. Anyway, I don't know. I feel maybe AEW needs to continue to get it a little bit more strict with things. I think Tony Khan exercising that 1 year on Rey Fenix was the right thing to do. People are going to be mad. I'm going to take some heat for that because everybody hated whenever Vince would do it. But it was business. And I agree with it whenever Vince did it. I certainly agree with it with Tony doing it. But the guy signed a contract. You paid him while he wasn't working. What else is there to do?
Just gonna let the man. You're just gonna continue to pay the man for a whole year. Just maybe let him wrestle. What? He'll probably be back on Ring of Honor or something. Maybe I don't know.
I bet you they don't put him on at all. I bet you they leave him off of TV and let his time run out. I mean, if you don't, Lucha Bros are they're pretty big fan favorites, right? What does Vince do? What would Vince do whenever someone was leaving? Book them to look weak. So they were less valued whenever they tried to go someplace else.
Nah, but at the end of the day, he'll book them to look weak or book them to get destroyed.
Mm-hmm. Now, AEW historically hasn't done that with people. Andrade left the company looking strong. They didn't make Andrade look weak. They didn't make anyone. Really, Cody left looking strong. Everyone who's openly been leaving has looked strong.
Yeah.
I think that's a mistake. I think the way Vince booked talent to look weak on the way out was the right way to do business. Was it the nice guy approach? Nope. But as that documentary has shown us, he really wasn't a nice guy.
Oh, you watched the whole thing, huh?
Nah, I haven't watched the whole thing.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I don't know that there's a reason for me to watch that entire documentary, to be honest. I'm sure I will. But I know most pro wrestling, podcasters and content creators, knee deep into this documentary. I didn't need to go knee deep in this documentary. Thus far, I believe I'm on the 4th episode of it.
Okay.
I have not gotten one piece of new information, I don't think, other than the idea that his initial idea for his star was Dusty. I didn't know that. But literally everything else they've talked about in that Vince McMahon documentary, what I've seen thus far, has been stuff I've been aware of. I was aware of how Hogan's testimony went for the steroid thing. I was aware of how Nitro was built. This is all shit that So I don't think this documentary was done for someone who's the degree of wrestling nerd that I am.
Well, I just found out one thing that I did not know. I did not know that Andre Giant had back surgery.
What's up, man?
Andre Giant had back surgery for that him and Hogan match at WrestleMania 3. I know he had back surgery.
I knew he wasn't well, but Andre hadn't been well for a long time.
Yeah.
But all that stuff about and some of Hogan's stuff in there is a little iffy, but I mean, it's Hogan, so every sentence is kind of a work. But again, not that I don't find the documentary to be entertaining. It's certainly an entertaining documentary. It's done well. It's Netflix, of course. It's done well. What I will say is I'm happy that it isn't just that they didn't just totally edit it to be totally about all the terrible shit that came out recently. Glad it wasn't just that. Had it just been that, I wouldn't have watched like any of it. I don't need that much negativity going on in my life. That's the most recent accusation. Every accusation is a terrible accusation, but the most recent shit's just really hard to hear. So I'm glad it wasn't just that. But yeah, I mean, it's good, informative stuff. It's done well. What I've watched has been a good watch for sitting for an hour and watching something. I've been busy. I haven't been able to dedicate 6 straight hours to watching that while trying to watch however many hours of pro wrestling it is I watch each week. As you know, and I'm going to look at the calendar back, I didn't even watch SmackDown live this week. I was asleep by 8:30 on Friday night. I'm out. And 2 parts to that. One, I was tired. Did a lot of work that day. Thing number 2 is there was nothing advertised for SmackDown that I felt I needed to stay awake for. Now, I'm going to fast forward 24 hours to Saturday night. AEW Collision, the show that we say is in a bad time spot, it had things that I wanted to stay awake for and see. So I was equally as tired yesterday. We worked on the fence again yesterday, but I stayed up and watched Collision. I didn't stay up and watch SmackDown.
I can say this. Now I know why they had all the main event stuff on Wednesday night. Because last night... And also, if they did it Saturday night, it would be interrupted with the college football season. Because all last Sunday, college football was on every single channel last night. That's another reason why they did it.
One thing I will say, a mistake they made by doing so, like I believe the live crowd for Grand Slam was like they had 4.5 or 5 hours worth of wrestling. Maybe five, a little over 5 with the Ring of Honor stuff and dark matches. So they had 5 hours of live wrestling they were watching on Wednesday Night Live. So whenever all the stuff that was part of Collision, this crowd was exhausted. Oh, they also had the Rampage stuff. So they may have had like 6 hours of wrestling to sit through. They got their money's worth for those tickets. That's for sure. But man, the crowd had no energy left at the end of Collision last night. Now, I will say this about AEW right now. In this moment, following watching Collision last night, I will revert back to something we said a couple months ago. Part of me really wishes Okada had gone to WWE.
See?
Okada versus Sammy.
That wasn't that. Oh.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
And that's the match I was looking for all too. It was just. I like the fact that he came out with Dusty, showed off everything. That they are tag team champions.
Yeah, tag champs and trios like that. Him and Dustin are having a good run, but Sammy versus Okada, I think it's great that Sammy got to face Okada. I'm sure that had to be great for him. But the match,
but it wasn't that great.
I will say this. I didn't expect it to be either, to be honest. I kind of expected an elite beatdown of Sammy Guevara because I thought that would have made a lot more sense than them having a match. If the Elite came out and beat down Sammy, that could have built for something for the Elite versus Sammy and Dustin, and that would have been way more interesting than a throwaway Sammy Okada match. But I would have never thought 5 years ago I'd see the day where Sammy Guevara would the Panda Kid would be facing Okada.
Yeah.
But this ain't the same Okada. He's not trying to be New Japan Okada. The comedy stuff is interesting that he has that ability because that's never been his thing.
Yeah.
Brett,
He need to get better. He need to drop the Rainmaker and get another move.
you don't like Maker clothesline?
I like it, but the way he does it, it's not like full force. Like he needs to talk with JBL and try to get it better.
So
Momentum with it.
there is something missing from that clothesline in AEW that I felt like was there in New Japan, but perhaps the New Japan guys just sold it better. And maybe it's that he needs to be facing different opponents in AEW.
It's not bad, but my thing is, every time he does it, he's not far away, giving it full force. He like this, right close to you. Boom.
It's a short arm clothesline. That's what it's always been. It's been a short arm clothesline. The problem is just that no one's selling it well, no one's taking it well, and he should be following them down. If I could tweak that finisher, I would have him follow them down.
Oh. And the fact that he did a no sell to that Sammy GTS, he did no sell to that.
Hey man, Suzuki no sold everything. Jack Perry did. I'm a Minoru Suzuki. I'm a Murder Grandpa fan, but man, that was rough. What wasn't rough though is the presentation of Jack Perry. The way they're presenting Jack Perry is phenomenal.
I know. And it's sad, but it's good.
If within the next year Jack Perry is AEW World Champion, I would not be surprised.
Oh, that's kind of put out. I don't know about the World Champion just yet. That's kind of pushing. I don't know about the World Champion just yet.
I'm not saying tomorrow. I'm saying a year from today, if Jack Perry becomes World Champion, it wouldn't shock me. I would be mad about it if they did it right. I actually think the opportunity for him to become World Champion is if Christian Cage cashes in his contract and he's the guy to take it off of Christian. Because those two have been connected for a long time. Him and then you have the Luchasaurus factor. And Jungle Boy has beaten Christian.
That is true.
Heel Jungle Boy is Christian's fault.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah. So you think about that. When we talk about like long-term storytelling, people say AEW doesn't tell stories. If Christian Cage becomes world champion, it's inevitable that he'll face Jack Perry. And that story started being told 3 years ago. And I got so sick and tired of it. But now, if they did it today, I'm interested.
Okay.
If Christian were to cash in and become world champion and then feud with Jack Perry, I'm kind of interested. What does Luchasaurus do?
Kill switch. Kill switch is going to be.
I'm not calling it kill switch.
Okay, well.
Listen, it took me a while to call Gunther. I'm not calling Luchasaurus kill switch.
Okay.
No one can make me.
Okay, Lucha switch is going to.
Killosaurus? Killosaurus.
There you go. Okay, we'll do Killosaurus for now. Killosaurus.
Now I'm making that T-shirt. Copyright trademark.
Okay. He's gonna stick with his father. He's better off. Lucha is better off with Christian Cage than he was with Jack Perry, and Jack Perry is better off being solo with the Elite, coming out solo.
I find it interesting that with the Elite is currently the Young Bucks, Okada, Hangman Page, and Jack Perry. And in that group, the two that currently matter are Jack Perry and Hangman Page.
But Hangman really part of the Elite. I know he showed up in it. He showed up a couple times, but he ain't always say he's elite. He just was there.
He didn't turn against them. He's still technically part of the elite, I think.
Okay.
Circling back to SmackDown and why I didn't stay awake for it. Man, that was just a predictable last show. Really, like the Andrade Carmelo match, absolutely top shelf, A+ match. What those two are able to do in the ring together is phenomenal. Up until this feud, man, I've never liked the Andrade match, really. Except him and Johnny Gargano and NXT TakeOver was good. But other than that, there's nothing. But then, man, you have Randy Orton opening the show, Cody coming out, KO coming out, the Bloodline coming out. We want to do a 3-on-3.
Yep. 2.
But not interesting. It's not that it was bad. It was just predictable. And then you have KO and Cody pushing each other at the end of the show. We've seen it coming.
I'm telling you, it's going to be a triple threat. I feel a triple threat coming for him.
For who? We got to throw somebody in with
No.
the...
Like I told you the other day, like it's going to be Cody, KO, Orton. It's going to be a triple threat for that title.
So what, Cody has to beat both of his friends? Because he's not going to drop it to either one of those guys right now.
He might.
And
drop it to Randy.
Let's talk about the fact that Bad Blood is next at 6 days away.
Mm-hmm.
There's no world title match on the card.
Mm-hmm.
So we're coming off of September where AEW clearly won. As far as just everything. Okay, yeah, they didn't. Yes, they're not selling out 30,000-seat arenas. Before anyone starts dropping that, I know. I'm aware. Yeah, they're not beating them in the ratings. I know. I'm aware. But I'm a pro wrestling fan. I'm not a ratings and ticket sales fan. It's a whole different thing. So I don't need anyone tagging me in the WrestleTix ticket sales thing. I don't need WrestleNomics, graphs being shared. I don't care about that. I guess I do it a little, but I mean, that's not the conversation. The conversation is the product. And right now, man, this past month, AEW has delivered a better product to pro wrestling fans. And now the first premium live event that WWE is going to put on in the month of October doesn't have a world title match yet.
It might get added tomorrow. You never know, but
I think it'll have to. They'll have to add a world title match tomorrow. I think they need to add an IC title match. Jey Uso should be defending at Bad Blood.
I think I'm just gonna say it. I think all the matches gonna happen at Crown Jewel.
Yeah, so we have Crown Jewels coming up after Bad Blood. Historically, Saudi shows were throwaway, but they've gotten a lot better. They started off being glorified house shows, and they get some proper treatment ever since we had Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns there. But man, like right now you have what your undisputed champion in Cody Rhodes and a random two singles guys getting a tag title match situation. But then you have this coming Friday. So this coming Friday on SmackDown, you have a much better advertised show than this previous one. So you have a triple threat tag team ladder match as your main event this Friday.
That was good.
We have the return of AJ Styles.
So all y'all can say, he's leaving. He's leaving.
He still hasn't resigned or anything. I think we could possibly see a good run for AJ right now. It's what they like to do when it's contract season. The guy gets a good run, and then we generally don't see a lot done with him. Post a good run, he resigns. Ben Balor, shining example. Drew McIntyre, shining example. Except for he just stumbled ass first into this CM Punk feud that, man, I hope it's over after Bad Blood. I have to think today. Like, if we're predicting Bad Blood today,
Okay.
Seth Rollins cost CM Punk this victory at Bad Blood. That's my prediction. This way we can move into Punk and Rollins and get away from Punk and McIntyre, because Punk and McIntyre has been going on for an eternity.
Yep.
So I don't know. I'm concerned about Bad Blood as a premium live event if it's going to live up to expectations. Because I don't even know where it could. What's exciting about the premium live event? Drew versus Punk?
Mm-hmm.
The story's there, but I don't know what the match is going to be. What can those guys do in Hell in a Cell to top Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins?
Well, let's just say Seth is the cameraman.
Right? I mean, the match quality isn't going to be able to tell the story. It's like the most recent Hell in a Cell that stands out in anyone's memory is Cody versus Seth. And the visual of Cody's torn pec told a story in that match that is going to be hard to compete with. And it's not going to be able to be a bloodbath. I don't think WWE's going to let it be that. Humble opinion.
We'll see.
We will see. I hope we get an IC title match added to Bad Blood.
Oh my God. Yeah, they should.
I don't think it should be Braun's rematch. I don't think it should be that.
Now,
I don't know who you put him in there with.
I'm going to say it's going to be those matches going to happen at Crown Jewel. So I wasn't stressed about it. Your world title, Intercontinental title, is going to be at Crown Jewel. And let's just say mysteriously Bad Blood, I don't know, it turns into a 3-way title match for the U.S. title.
I see.
Could see it. Could definitely see that.
Or the winner of the Carmelo and Andrade 7 get the title shot at Bad Blood.
For the U.S. title?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
That's what most if you go back and look, that's what mostly been about with the U.S. title for that 7 match.
Yeah. Oh, you're right about that.
Now, where can we go see your friend like I asked you yesterday?
Never.
Yes, we can.
Let me ask you this question, Joe. What is more likely to happen? AJ Styles leaving WWE when his contract's up, or Malachi Black leaving AEW whenever his contract's up?
Neither.
You think they're both going to stay put?
I think they both going to stay put. I think AJ going to do what he do. He's going to retire, but he'll probably be like one of the little personal trainers. Like he said, he want to be a personal trainer when he retire. He don't want to wrestle. He said
He wanted a producer role. He was going to go be an agent or something like that.
Yeah. So I would say that's AJ because, 20 years, high flying, doing crazy matches from TNA to New Japan to WWE. The man deserved to retire.
So do you think whenever his contract's up, you think he leaves in-ring competition as early as next year?
I think he'll be like Shawn Michaels, probably NXT or something.
I don't think Malachi leaves anytime. I think he's in the position he wants to be in. I think he likes working one day a week. I think he likes not being the guy and just doing the he wants to do. I don't think he has a desire to be doing the WWE schedule to be a mid-carder.
I think he's better off. If he goes back to WWE, the House of Black, it won't go there. His character won't fit in since now.
Well, he would just go back to Aleister Black. He would just. I mean, he was this character. He's always been this character. Tommy Black is this guy.
Yeah, but the House of Black, Malachi Black, this is really him. And I don't think that character would fit now in the WWE. And then he gonna have to redo all his scripts, do everything that character he made up right now won't fit in with WWE.
I think the difficult thing for him in WWE today is the existence of the Wyatt Six. If the Wyatt Six wasn't there, I could see him going and doing this and doing the Aleister Black character, not the whole House of Black, because I don't know. I mean, not to say they wouldn't bring in. I mean, they would definitely bring Buddy Matthews back. I don't see a reason they wouldn't bring Brody King into the fold. I mean, he's Brody King. The House of Black, 3 of them are fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no reason they wouldn't bring them in. But I don't know, man. And do you leave a situation where you're working on Saturday? Sometimes it's not even Saturday. Sometimes they're taping Collision on Thursday or even Wednesday. You're working 1 day a week, and you're making a good living, and you're getting to be these characters and do your other things. I don't know.
The House of Black need to stay. Don't break them up. Don't fill them up. And it's like you said every week. WWE got too many big man. So if Brody King comes along, he'll be another.
He can't be the monster.
He can't be
I do think he needs to be a bigger monster in AEW, even though like what they did with him and Action Andretti was really good. But I think he needs to be a killer. I think they should push Brody King as the star.
Mm-hmm.
But I digress. Joe, it's that time.
Oh, no.
Our matches of the week and Wrestler of the Week are brought to you by Original Gunpla Garage. There's a good chance I may end up doing a live build for Original Gunpla Garage, so stay tuned on that.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, that'd be interesting, right? Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens. So I'll kick it off since you have 3 matches of the week and 17 wrestlers of the week. It's like you're giving out a Booker of the Year award or something. For me, my match of the week is easy. It's Carmelo and Andrade. I feel like every time these two get in the ring, it's going to be my match of the week somehow. So that is my match of the week. With that being said, my wrestler of the week it's Jey Uso.
Damn.
I was very surprised for Jey Uso to win the IC title.
Can we go see your friend like I asked you yesterday?
No, in a moment, girl. Chill.
What?
we go when it stopped raining. It's still raining. Chill.
Yes.
Okay.
Jey Uso's my wrestler of the week. My match of the week is Andrade and Carmelo. I was torn between giving Carmelo my wrestler of the week as well as match of the week, but I just felt like that was given too much.
Okay. All right. That's cool. All right.
All right. So, lay it on us.
All right. For me, my wrestler of the week was Jey Uso because after 5,375 days of being signed, he finally got his solo title.
Yeah.
And it came out getting pretty good. It came out perfectly well. Now, here we go for the matches, y'all. All right, so the 3. This for the honorable mention. It was Jay and Braun Breaker for the honorable mention for the match. All right, now for dividing 2, here we go. It was Carmelo Hayes and Andrade in it as one of them. That It was pretty. It was good. It was great. How they
It's a
just
really good match, man. It was tough for me. So I'll tell you this. That match was a tough call for me because I also like Bryan Danielson and Nigel McGuinness. Their 18-minute match with Nigel having one match in like however many years. That was really good. The pace that Carmelo and Andrade set and that reversal into that cutter was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was
I
cool.
don't even understand how he got himself there, but that's why that match stood out to me and was my match of the week. But go ahead, you keep going. I won't interrupt anymore.
Yeah, that
I
movie
drink coffee
did.
and shut up.
Yeah, that movie did was perfect. But now the second one, it's not what I normally would pick, but the second one, it was good. But the outcome of the match made me mad. But it was good. All they had to do was just take the damn screwdriver and hit him. They could have been the tag team champions, you know. He could have just used the damn screwdriver. That's all he did. He could have used the screwdriver. But he like, no. So yes.
Man, the Young Bucks versus Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay was one hell of a tag match.
Yeah, well,
And honestly, good call out from you because that match I feel like kind of got a little bit lost in the shuffle. Everything great that happened this week.
yeah. That's why I watched it. I like, how they just did everything so perfect. They had everything going so fast. They hit moves back to back. You know, not a fan of the super kick party, but hey, it worked out pretty good at the end. So, but if he didn't take the damn screwdriver, he could have hit the screwdriver. Listen to Don Callis. They could have been champions.
I still can't believe the Don Callis family is still a thing. On a side note, Will Hobbs was at Grand Slam.
Oh, he was.
So hopefully we'll see Hobbs back pretty soon. All right, so what was your third match of the week?
That was it. The honorable mention was the Brown Breaker.
Honorable mention was, all right. So then who got your wrestler of the week? If you have all these matches of the week, who got wrestler?
I said Jay had the wrestler of the week. Jay.
All right, so Jay Uso, Double Down, got wrestler of the week.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, Jay Uso, we know you're a big fan of the show. Your check will be in the mail for getting a double wrestler of the week. So that's a big payday for you. All of that is just simply in gift cards to listen to the podcast. So no real actual financial value there.
Them two matches, it was kind of hard to pick from. So I had to pick two.
I get it. It was man, a lot happened. A lot happened in wrestling this week. So we got Bad Blood coming up this Saturday. We just finished Grand Slam week for AEW. A lot of great matches happened. It's be interesting to see what the go home week is for Bad Blood. So make sure you guys check us out live on Instagram tomorrow, right around 5 p.m. ish. We'll see.
5 p.m.
Somewhere between 4:45 and 5:05. So we'll let you know. So make sure you're following us on Instagram. And we will look at the Raw preview. We'll see what they have on deck for Monday Night Raw. We'll make some Raw predictions. I'm curious to see what happens between the monsters.
I'm going to say it's the last match of the night.
They should main event because the way this, we'll talk more about tomorrow, but the way this thing should be booked, they should destroy everything. So we'll talk about that and more. Tomorrow, live on Instagram. You guys can be here in the chats, YouTube, Spotify, wherever. Hey, we're glad you're there, but Instagram Live is where it's at because it's way more reliable than any of those other platforms that want to charge you money if you're hosting a podcast. Because we've experienced it. I paid out of pocket for a company, and I lost interviews, and that shit was annoying. Instagram works, so this is where you can catch us live. If you're not catching us live, thank you for checking us out. We appreciate it. Merch table is open. 10% off. We'll be ending very soon. So get in there. Get your gear. Again, everyone is getting the It's Dangerous to Go Alone. Take this folding chair shirt. Make sure you tag us in your pictures of your shirt. We'll send you some merch to go along with it. We'll pick some random winners. Again, press down that coffee. And Pure Plank, don't say the F word, is our promo code. Save yourself 10% in both those spots. Strong Crate, Strong Box Apparel. Don't say the F word promo code saves you 13% on some cool workout gear and supplements. Podcast 15% on stickers from Sticker Lounge. You can go ahead and get yourself way better than a business card. Other than that, Joe, I got nothing for you. We will be back tomorrow. So enjoy your Sunday, everyone. Happy National Coffee Day. Princeton.coffee, save 10%.
There you go. Happy coffee.
I hit them all, right, Joe? I check all the boxes.
You
I
checked
got
every single
everybody.
box. You got everything.
All right. And it's hard. There's a lot of people who help make this happen. So we'll see you guys tomorrow live on Instagram. We're out.
Okay.
Go to